Okay. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for a lovely welcome. Now, we have a lot of panel discussions like this. Fortunately, this is not going to be like the Indian television channels where everyone shouts over each other. But this is not a light discussion today. So today's panel discussion is real questions that may even pop into our minds. You know, although we are perceived as senior networkers in our market, Suraj in Sri Lanka, whatever, and us in India and other parts of the world. I think the first question that most networkers would ask us is, how on earth do you build in a challenging market which has legal issues? And let me start with Shipra, ladies first.
VP Dev, to be very honest, I honestly do not understand when we say legal challenge, because legal and challenge, the words together do not make sense. There's only one word which is called challenge. Okay, and it not necessarily the challenge has to be legal. I think challenge is more about what is going on in our head. There are a lot of people who sign up.
No. This is a specific question.
Yeah.
There is a legal challenge. There is a matter in court, and how do we get through it? So it's not a mental challenge or anything. This is a real challenge. I mean, it can't be denied.
We have won every legal challenge. There is not even a single challenge which we talk about legally we have lost. If today we talk about our country in India, if I'm talking about media and talking as being an illegal challenge or legal challenge, then, I mean, are we believing that media today is the legal court or Supreme Court of India, or we believe the orders which we get from the country's court, the biggest, most honorable place where even a prime minister walks in and the judge has to stand because that's the most honorable place. And that says that we are legal and we are here to stay. So, I mean, any market, any country do not have legal challenge. It's people who make it challenged, say the word it's a legal challenge without even understanding that what do you mean by legal challenge. So currently, if I say in a country, I don't think so QNET goes and builds in any country which they do not sure about legality. If we exist in any country, we are legally, we are ethically building that country with all the rules and regulations right in place.
Dave, can I just add to this?
Of course.
I see it as a legal matter in court. It's not a legal challenge, it's a legal matter in court. And name a company in the world of this magnitude which doesn't have a legal case against it in any court of law. There is none. So there is a legal matter. The problem is the perception that the media has created about what is the legal proceedings. Because before even the verdict is out, like long back they start calling it as a scam. What's the scam? I don't know what the scam is all about. I don't know, the last 20 years, being from the financial services industry, or 25 years, a single scam which once it got unearthed, still operations continue, still commissions are paid, still products are being shipped, still taxes are being filed. So it's not anything to do with the actual matter, but it's more about the perception. And that's the battle we are fighting. And as she said, media, I mean, they themselves decide to be over and above the Supreme Court. And like some journalists decide to be over the Chief Justice of India. But that is something which they only I mean, fools would want to follow such things. So it's a legal matter in court, like any other company.
You know, they've, you know when exactly, when I started, I was born during the challenge. Okay, and I didn't face it. Because there was no challenge in the head, first of all. Because I was believing in what I am doing, and I was not bothered about what exactly is happening outside. Of course, the situation is a little different now, but still, I would say, in addition to what Shipra and Amit said, first of all, each and every person sitting here, if they believe in what they are doing, and there is nothing wrong in it, the challenge solves automatically, actually, right? Because rest of the things, rest of the battle, companies is doing their best to solve it. But what is there in our hand is to win this battle first. And if this battle is already, you won this battle, and if you believe that what you are doing, and you believe in what you are doing completely, and there's nothing wrong about it, right? Then I think you will not face any challenge. Because it happened with me. I was born during the challenge time, and I never felt I'm doing anything wrong. And I made my life during that challenge period, actually, right? And there are a lot of people, in fact, Shipra started growing after the challenge started, right? Because it was not there in the head. There are so many people here, there are so many people in service, they signed up after the actual challenge started. But in their head, there was no challenge. They believed in what they are doing, and that they kept on passing the same belief to other people, and that's why the team was growing. And when it comes to the other things, on the paper and everything, that leave it on the company. Because ultimately, best lawyers and everyone is doing their own job. But first challenge we need to solve is basically 12,000 people sitting here. They need to first understand, first solve your internal battle. External battle will get solved automatically, actually.
Yes, VP Dev. Most of us, majority of us coming from still developing countries, our business model is not well defined by these countries. So, by the authorities or society, sometimes there are misunderstanding. And there is one component we have to understand, even society or any external party cannot understand our passion. It cannot be defined by any professional. The power of synergy, they cannot identify. So always there's a conflict. But do we need to slow down our passion? No, never. But I'm representing a country where Roman Dutch law is there. There's a clear legal way. If you are truly, genuinely do something, you can prove your innocence or your rightness. So last several years, we did that. We had several, so much, but almost 90% we got through. There's another 10%, hopefully, that will be end up within next 2-3 years.
Excellent. I mean, guys, you are very lucky to get insight from people who walk the talk. This is not armchair experts who basically are giving comments from the sidelines. These extraordinary individuals are all on the field, and they're on the same battlefield as you are. Somebody told me something. I was very frustrated about 2.5 years ago. We all go through bad days. And a very good friend of mine who I greatly respect and who's a politician actually, told me one thing. He said, you know what your business and my profession have in common? I said, no. He said, it's people. He said, we deal with huge numbers of people. And when you deal with huge numbers of people, the likelihood of, and he said, he actually calmed me down. He said, don't worry. He said, before any election, I expect to be attacked. I expect for someone to come at me with something or the other just to slow me down. Even if they know that it's not going to win, they won't win, they're not trying to win. They're just trying to slow you down. And that's when the realization hit me that maybe there's something to what he said. Anyway, moving on to the next question. Obviously, operating in this environment and with people getting, Google heart attacks on a frequent basis. I'm sure you'll all know that. Google, ungled by Google, yeah. So, with the information age and Google and all this stuff, it becomes the conversion rate of us going out there and showing the business and the business plan. Obviously, the conversion rate goes down, and it's highly frustrating. So how do we deal with that? Anyone can go? Who wants to go first?
Google has been there since the day I started, 8 years back, and Google issue was
Google started in 1998 also, like us.
Yeah, so it has always been there. I feel only morons believe everything written in Google. So yes, if you morons decide to believe in Google, and my normal objection handling is, okay, if you believe everything in Google, then if I show you positive things, then do you trust that also? So I feel it's mainly used as an excuse by people, because coming from the financial services industry where I also come from, had I told my boss, let's put money in this stock, and he would ask me why, I said, I read some good things on Google. He'd tell me bend down, turn around, and he'd show me the door. So the whole point is, I don't know why people analyze the company on Google. Most of them are not even qualified. So I talked to the person, are you even qualified to analyze this company? Do you know how great it is and what, kind of associations we've had? So it's all about putting your heart on the table, and still there will be people who will Google and believe in it, or who will have a Google attack. I only tell them one thing, 20 years down the line, your child and my child will be going to the same college. Mine will be getting down from a German or an Italian car, and yours might be coming in a probably bicycle or a bike. End of the day, they'll be standing at the tea stall, talking to each other, what does your father do? And my child will only tell him, what, he had shown your dad the plan. Only thing he believed in Google more than his friend. So the whole point is, if people still want to believe in Google, then that's their future, I feel. Because no one Googled their way to becoming a multimillionaire or a billionaire. Show me one, I'll start Googling everything.
Well put. Anyone else?
Just recently, Dave, after you suggested that we need to become, global networkers, I've started reading a lot, watching a lot, few of news and all. And I saw a panel, and I saw on the news channel where Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, was sitting and addressing the panel in the US, and he was asked a lot of questions because Facebook was under the scan by the US government. And when I watched the whole interview, I realized only one thing, that a person with his kind of background and where he is today, like all of us are on Facebook. I don't know, I have not met recently anybody who's not on Facebook. All of us believe, all of us use, and that Facebook person who was a founder is also being criticized, is also being asked.
It was a Senate hearing, not just in the US, also in Europe.
Yes, and there were a lot of questions asked to him, and it was under question, and he just said, there's one beautiful line he said, let's make it simple. He said, people will keep saying, Google will, he used this word, he said, Google will keep writing, Facebook will face criticism. It's you who still choose to be on Facebook because you like Facebook. Because you choose to be here. So Google is not gonna define, is Google gonna define me? I'm sorry, no. My viewership is gonna define me. So I feel similarly, if Google is gonna define my reasons to do the business, then I'm sorry that nothing is gonna happen.
No, I want to add two things here. One is basically two aspects of this. One is you as an individual. Like when I look at myself, I am not a Google person. Why? Simple. If I don't know anything, I will ask someone who knows about it, who I trust. Number one. Number two, if it is a common sense to apply, I will apply my own common sense. Why to apply a machine's common sense, right? No. And so basically, the question which VP Dev was asking was that how do you handle this situation with a less conversion rate? How we look at Google is not a question, right? Am I right? Correct?
That's correct. It's highly frustrating putting in the effort,
Yeah.
not getting the result that you should get.
Yes, the ratios have come down, but this is not only because of Google. At times, sometimes it's just ratio down, because if your credibility is low, if Google is not there, then also your ratio will be down, right? So what is to be done? Should keep showing more plans and create a massive success so that people who said no before, they will start following you. That's what exactly is my rule. And second thing, people who are coming back and asking what to do because of Google, my prospects slipped away, this, that. I think I always have only one answer. And I believe in that. When I sit in front of a prospect, I don't think whether he will sign up or not. I have to keep my heart on the table and make him see how it beats when I talk about this business. Rest is up to him and God, actually, right? Rest. So I'm talking to all of you, actually, right? If you keep your heart out, is it a scared heart or an excited heart? If it is excited heart, let that person enjoy the excitement of your heart, right? Whether he sign up or not, don't worry about that. That is between him and his past karma, whether he will sign up now or later, actually, right? But when you do this, when you take out your heart and you believe in everything, actually, you are actually making your good karma. Believe me, that will help you to overcome this challenge. Because this is not a challenge. This is a reality, right? And I will not try to sugarcoat. Okay, fine. Before 1 out of 3 people used to sign up. Now maybe 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 15, right? Okay, 1 out of 10, I think, right? Or 2 out of 10. Okay? But somebody is not able to sign even 2 out of 10 also now. Check whether your heart is scared or really pumping actually energy because you believe in this, or you're just trying like a puppy and trying to show the plan. So Google is not the reason. It's your excitement. Most of the time, it's your own excitement, your own belief goes down, which actually gives strength to Google and make reason, Google as a reason for not sign up, actually, right? Even if you remove Google, you sit and show the plan, I will sit and show the plan, still you see the difference in the ratio, actually, right? Why? Simple reason, because it comes from here. So ask yourself, every time when you show the plan, what exactly you're trying to communicate, right? Are you trying to convince somebody? Are you trying to sign up somebody? Or are you talking to yourself about the business and getting excited and getting signed up again and again by yourself, actually, right? Because I still remember when we used to show the plan in the beginning. Even today also, when I talk to a prospect, I sign up again in my own head every day, actually, right? So does it happen with you? If that happens with you, I don't think any Google can do any ungal in your...
Yes, Dev. I think important thing is how our networkers look at on this. Normal society mindset we cannot change. It's up to them. They can keep their failure life until the death. But how our networkers look at on this, it's our responsibility as a leadership and their mentors to understand, make them understand the nature of business. Any successful businessman, they don't bother about this thing. For an example, 2, 3 weeks ago, I think you may have seen that in USA, some court has made an order to YouTube regarding children rights. They were fined YouTube 170 million US dollars. So any successful company or any successful person go through this process. They don't bother about this. So if our networkers really understand the nature of business and the process we have to go through, then almost good answer they will get. And they have to convince that belief or what they are understanding to the prospects. Everything depends on their dream. If they have real will, real intention, real dream in the life, with keeping heart on the table, as Sachin told, prospect will get convinced.
Yeah,
Can I add, Dave, something?
please do.
8 years going to be completed in December, 70 plus DR. And from 2 days, from last 48 hours, one of my friend is following with me who I just showed plan before coming. And I'm just not able to register her because I'm busy in VCON. And I don't know, this is a feeling where when I signed up, from that time I've seen you doing DRs in overall everyone to your building. I've seen him doing, it's so embarrassing, when you used to get a message from Sachin Bhai or get a message from AVP Kavita or AVP Sharfun, and they're doing DRs. And I used to feel, what is tough? Challenge, Google, legality, or is me wanting to do? And when that thing got clear that I want to do sign up, I think even now, after 8 years, when people start in the starting 8 months, they're feeling, after 8 years also it's not a challenge to do a DR. And it's just gonna happen.
It's not. I tell the truth. I tell them we're having some headaches in India right now. Okay? Some major headaches, some small headaches. But don't worry, the headache will go soon. Let's rock and roll. That's it. That's the way I see it. Storm will pass. Till then, we dance in the rain.
I've observed people getting scared of facing a person who just Googled and come back.
No, but bring it on. That's the whole thing, guys. Sachin and I, in the early days, we never hid the fact that we had a legal challenge in India, 2008. So listen, having problems in India, it's a Hong Kong company, let's rock and roll. Till this thing gets sorted out, but we are good to go. And back then, the operations had also stopped. So there was no India. Right now, everything is still operational and still functional. Anyway, I think we spent enough time on this one. We can go on for a long, long time.
One more thing, like for example, when people sign up and somebody after sign up come back with a question because they went home and Googled after sign up. Sometimes I feel that today people are scared of facing that person, which is wrong actually, right? Somewhere if you're scared of facing that person, which means you yourself don't believe what you're doing, right? Today, if someone call me and ask me, I have questions, I just Googled, okay, let's sit together and discuss. And whilst before, some people say, what is he going to ask? I don't care.
Remember the first 6 months?
Yeah, I used to bring people to you for that, right?
I was in charge of the Google. I was the Google heart attack doctor.
Yeah.
Then Sachin and Kavita and Sharfun took over.
So, and when we sit also, today also somebody coming after reading or anything actually with negativity, just go with a blank mind, with an open heart, okay, we will listen. And if you believe in that, you will not try to sugarcoat things. We will talk logically. If the person understand, well and good, Okay, if the person does not understand, whatever possible solution is there, we give, sorted. And most of the time, only after explaining everything, only one line works. Bro, I'm there.
Well said. Anyway, we're running short of time and we have a lot of questions. I want to move on. This one, I think everyone will have a good laugh. Ask you all. So, in the business plan, we say that you can achieve financial freedom in 5 years. What is your opinion on this statement? How long have you been in the business?
8.
Suraj?
16 years.
16.
8th year.
Now going to be 11 years.
14. So how do we answer this question?
Yes, I think financially, for few people, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years are good enough, right? But the point is that, as VP Donna mentioned, right, that is the beginning of a success. Because if you don't have a purpose after that, maybe you'll be financially stable, but maybe a mediocre, again, rich mediocre, better than before. But I think when you start loving what you do, then it is never-ending process. Because it's a way of life now, it's not a business. For me, it's a way of life. And I am doing this because this is how I want to live. Money, all that, whether you earn $100,000 a week or 200,000 or 80,000 or 500,000 a week also, I don't think you need more than 20, 25,000 a month actually, right? But it's just that when you believe in what you do and it becomes a way of life. I was talking to AVP Sharfun during the Magic actually. And I was talking to her. She was telling me that the way you do business, that way I can do all my life. Because I do it very easily. It is about effortlessly putting an effort actually. So it's effortless now. So it's a way of life. And financial freedom, yes, the question was 5 years.
Can you achieve it in 5 years?
Definitely, financially you can be strong in less than 5 years, but count those 5 years when you're giving 100%. Not like those 5 years when you're giving 100%.
Okay, can I say something here? Yeah. Since people ask me, so I had planned on retiring when I was 40 years old. I'm now 44. My 40th birthday was my milestone. I said I'm going to walk away from the business for a year. Remember I shared with all of the whole team. Yeah.
Open a shack on the
Open a shack on the beach, be the bartender over there with my dog for 1 year, be a beach bum, figure out what I want to do with my life, maybe come back or maybe not come back. But I'll tell you what stopped me. Stopped me was there were certain key people who had gotten me to where I had got. And they weren't over the line yet. And I wouldn't be able to walk away with a clear conscience, knowing that, okay, I'm sorted. Okay, guys, cheers. I could still contribute and help them to get to a position where I was, where you have strength below strength below strength. So then you're safe, Your income doesn't get affected even with a few hits. So that was my reason for extending.
When I started the business, I only wanted to earn a little extra. That was my reasons to do the business. Apart from my job, I wanted to earn extra. But when I started doing, I realized that there's much more I can get from this. And the thought process increased from that 2 lakhs to 20 lakhs a month. And when I realized the business has a potential from 2 lakhs to 2 crores a month, my dreams just grew bigger. So I don't know why should I stop in 4 or 5 years, though I can and I can choose to. But my reasons to do business became bigger, my fish tank became bigger, my dreams become bigger, and I'm still not able to achieve my dreams. There are a lot more things I need to do. Not only for myself, for my team, as you said, for my family. And I feel I have a vehicle, like you always say, to achieve it. Then why I just want to go on a bullock cart and go back and retire, because this is where I want to be. Why be satisfied being a millionaire? Why not be a multi-billionaire? Why not?
Woo!
I mean, why have a diamond ring? Why not have a complete diamond set?
Diamonds aren't cheap, I'll say that.
So that's what I think.
Let me see. I am working but not getting the results. Oh God. If I got $1 for every time I got asked that question. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm working, but I'm not getting the results.
We are not also getting the results. Are you satisfied, Sachin Bhai? When will you be satisfied? Why don't you stop building markets, please? Stop raising the bar so
No,
high.
no, no. I'm talking about a person who's struggling, a person, not a person who's
No, no, no,
successful,
I'm
a person
generally
on the
asking.
ground.
Yeah.
Being sarcastic, I know. But somebody who's getting started or just, earning a moderate income, but in their eyes it's not happening.
I think people go, it's a state of mind. Most of the time, I believe it's a state of mind. Yes, there are a lot of things to be added, mechanics, this, that, but ultimately, if everything is perfect, but if you are not in a good energy, you cannot attract results. And good energy means loving what you do and giving your 100%. Because you remember, first 1.5 year, what stage I am at. I was at actually, right? But I never said I'm not getting a result. Because my one side was growing, right? It's a result, right? For many people, that one side growing, they can't see that. But they say, I'm not getting result because the other side is not growing, right? So it's about the attitude, like even when one side was not growing, I was still getting a result. Why? Because my people were attending systems, correct? So how you look at it, there are people who only look at things which are not happening right and which brings their energy so down that they cannot see.
So basically it's like looking at the glass half full or half empty. Yes. Okay.
I just want to add one more thing to this. Most of the people who ask this question don't even understand what kind of work is required to reach where we have to reach in this business, because they are under the impression they are working, but I don't think so. They're actually putting in everything that is required to be done. I don't know how many of these people are sitting late night in association, even if they can get 5 minutes from their upline or grand upline. I don't know how many of them.
So good point. So basically you're saying the intensity, you may be working at 3 on 10 intensity or an 8 or 9 on 10 intensity, that's what is the tipping point.
Intensity and the consistency of it. They do it for a couple of months,
So which is
then
what
they
Chief
take a
was
break.
talking about in the morning.
Yeah. So
I think the core issue with them is very simple. I want to ask these people, if your upline is not there to ask this question, what will you do? If you are going to quit, quit today.
Which is actually my next question. How important is it for me to submit to my upline? How important is it for me to submit to my upline?
Double-edged sword, actually.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
to me, it's extremely important. I mean, it's a part of the welcome. It's something we say on day one. Because in my life, before this business, there's never a person except my parents who ever said, you know what, and who are not millionaires, whoever came and said, you know what, I am a millionaire, hold my hand, I can help you reach where I've reached in life, and I will walk the talk, and I will be there with you all the time. So if there is a person like this coming in your life or someone who's connected to this person, what is the issue with submission? I don't have a problem. I don't understand this. So how important it is? If you have a resource, make the most use of it, because there are people out there who don't have an upline and who are struggling. I'm sure you travel the world and you know exactly how certain teams are operating in QNET, or certain people who are deprived of a local support. So when you have that, you have a problem with it. It's more, they look at the person, they don't want to see, the submission is not to the person, as I learned from my uplines. It's to the learning you can get from the person, it's to the help that you can get from the person, and it's to the process which eventually becomes the culture of the organization. So I feel it is
So
very essential.
it stems from a bit of ego.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say, what do you say, Suraj? What do you think?
Really important. Really important. I feel submission is something we pay back for our mentor for our goals. If you don't ready to give that gratitude or honor on that, definitely at one point you will get fed up or you will get quit on the business.
There's one line which I always learned from A.V. Sharfun, and she said that always look up to a working and a growing upline and follow.
A successful upline.
And that's something which you learn is when you see, and there's something called common sense. And you see.
So it doesn't have to be a biological upline,
It has to
but
be a
somebody
working.
who is in your lineage,
Yes.
in your genealogy upline, who you can connect with.
It has to be a working, growing upline whom you have to connect genealogically wise upline. But there are a lot of people who do not understand that it is okay. It is okay to go and talk to uplines. It's okay to understand and clear. The doubts come, the questions come. But why don't you talk? Why don't you clear? And then
So you're
follow.
saying that communication saves a lot of time.
Lot.
No, actually, when we were building, there was no confusion at all. It was like simple, okay, I don't know something, you know, so there's no harm in learning, right? Because I want to grow. But these days, I want to give a different perspective of this question actually, which I want to correct in the network. These days, people think upline is a god. Please understand, upline is not God. Okay? Okay, upline is not God. And people, you know, they do stupid things. Stupid things. Why? They think anybody, you know, for example, that upline can make you successful without you putting effort. Okay? Or upline can make you failure even if you are best. But I want to tell all of you one thing, right? Nobody can take away your success if you put hard work 100%, even with or without upline actually, right? Number one. Because I know there are a lot of people who don't have upline, right? A lot of people who don't have upline. Okay? It's okay. Maybe initial hiccups, but you will find someone from the V, okay, who will become your working upline. Someone. I had no upline for a long time, but I found, and I met him actually, right? Okay? But point is that people go and do the way, right? They behave like as if I keep you happy all the time, without putting effort, I can become, you know, successful. I will tell you, even whether it is me or it is Dev or Chief or even Datosri also, right? We cannot make you successful or failure without your own efforts actually, right? You have to take responsibility of your success. We can only guide you and show you the way. That's it.
Street sign.
Yep.
All we are street signs. The journey is theirs. We can only show them the way. Well said. Okay. We are out of time, but I have to prioritize looking at these questions now.
They increase the time.
Not by much. one I'll answer. My upline say, don't go on holidays, don't take any breaks. What the hell is going on? Is this a prison camp? I'll say you all the time, I'll answer it. Okay, can I? Then we can move to the next one. Because this one we can all answer. Yeah? Guys, understand the game we are in. It's a 40-year journey in 5 years. This is already a shortcut. If you want a shortcut of a shortcut, bye-bye, see you. You understand, right? You'll go off the cliff. And remember one thing in this business, it's momentum. Okay? If you take your foot off the gas and lose the momentum, I think all my panelists will tell you, all the V partners at the back, all the V ambassadors will tell you, it is the hardest thing to get the momentum back. It is back-breaking work. That's why we tell you to avoid any kind of break unless it is absolutely necessary. Is there anything anyone wants to add? Would that be a fair answer? Good, we can shoot on to the next one. So no holidays, boys and girls. Unless you qualify for Achievers Club and all that. Yeah, that's the best holiday, yeah. Come. Then we can all go on holiday, no problem. That's a forced holiday.
Or they win the MCFC promo.
Velocity, Elite Club.
Or they win the promo.
Ah, okay. This is the best one. I built the business multiple times and it collapsed. And how the hell do I build a sustainable business? So basically, I built it collapsed, I built it again, it collapsed, up, down, and then you sit back and you say, I'm tired, man. What do I do?
You know, off late from last few years, I've been traveling into different countries and working with different networks. You know, I was there with Suraj 1.5 years back for 5 cities, and then Egypt, and then Turkey, and Kazakhstan, everywhere actually, right? And I observed only one thing. There's only one reason why any team collapses. There's only one reason. If the relationship aspect is not taken, seriously from the beginning itself, it is bound to collapse. Because what we learned from, what we learned from you is that, because when we started working with you, we were knowing how to show the plan, how to sign up, right? But that aspect which you taught us is keeping it tight, right? I mean, you say, this is not about becoming a king or a queen. This is about creating more in kings and queens.
This is why I can't get rid of you guys, man. I'm waiting for the breakaway to happen sooner or later.
And I believe that everywhere I saw, when the team size go from 0 to 500, the issue, sometime 200 only, the issues start happening. And because and sometimes it's like when we are sitting on the behalf of we try to sort out things. It is too late because both the parties are not willing to, but it has to start getting instill this thought actually from the beginning itself. And yes, how much we fight, all of us. By the way, every day we fight. We are different people, whether Kavita, Sharfun, all of us actually, right? We are different people and we have a different style and a different, but we are aligned. And we talk it out and sort out, and we believe in only one thing, that as long as we are together, the team will keep growing, otherwise it will collapse. So no matter what happens, this is the only reason why team collapses. There is no other reason, because suddenly the Mother Earth will not swallow all the IRs and finish, right? Correct? So it's the ego who swallows all the energy, excitement, and when two people have differences or four people have differences, the whole team suffers. Because when there's a divorce, who suffers maximum? Kids. And who are the kids here? The team. So that's what. So my request to everyone, if what we learned from VP Sati in my early days, because we are a part of that time when things were like, and when he used to tell, lick the floor, lick the floor. So how many of you are ready to lick the floor, kill your ego, and still basically ensure that all of you are together, no matter what happens, right?
There's one more thing, Dave, which whenever we fall, we always forget that now when I'm going to build again, I'm carrying all the learnings which I have had, and the building is faster than what it was earlier. And you build more fast because you know every mistake what you have done because of which you've fallen. And when
Teams are the beneficiary of your early mistakes.
I've always been told that I am a beneficiary of everything I get is because you guys always gave me the best learning from your mistakes, and I learn from my mistakes and I'm doing it to my downlines. So it's a process.
Suraj, you want to add anything?
Yeah. I agreed with EVP Sachin to a great extent. And personally, every time I wanted to test myself also. Again, rebuilding process. I wanted to test my dream and all that, how I am powerful on that area. So when you really share with your closer partners, the energy momentum, it will come soon.
Fantastic. I would like to thank all four of you. You know, I would honestly say I'm not being patronizing, but you guys have inspired me. And especially the last question. Yeah. And it's been a breath of fresh air. What do you guys think? Put it up for our four panelists. Thank you very much. God bless.
Really a great coffee session from our V partner, Deb Wadwani, and our V ambassadors. Thank you very much. I'm sure we've learned a lot.